Hello, this is Business Elite Brevard edition. I'm Nico Lehman in for Jessie Hall, and today we have two lovely ladies, Kim Dickerson and Sasha Lee. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Kim,
Hello.
you are a Viera social media. That's your business. You also do the blog of Viera Mom. And Sasha, you are the Cocoa Beach Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications for the Chamber.
So I'm here kind of like, I guess, a newbie when it comes to business. And so I'm super excited to learn what you guys have to say about social media. And I need more understanding about the Chamber. Like, can you explain to me, as someone who has no clue, what do you guys do there?
Yeah, of course. And honestly, a few years ago, I had no clue also, and I had to learn. But the Chamber is essentially a space where businesses can connect and collaborate. We offer opportunities for marketing, for promotion, for engaging in important causes that affect the community. And we just try to be a leader in the business space.
Yeah, it sounds like a great resource. Who funds the Chamber? Is that funded through the through the county?
We are a nonprofit, a private, so we don't get any government funding.
Okay.
It's all funded by our members and investors.
Okay, so you guys all get together and plan things, events mainly?
We do a lot of events, yes, either educational opportunities, networking opportunities, or just simply updates on the economy or the government. We do state advocacy trips. We have a young professionals group where we offer career development resources. So we do a lot of different things.
That's great. And Kim, you're involved in the Chamber too, right?
Yeah, and I can definitely vouch for all of those resources that they provide because I've definitely flourished from all of them. And we're talking about funding. I was about to chime in and go, oh, it's funded by Cheryl Clark.
That's true. Cheryl is the funnel.
Yeah, she's a shark. She's the sales, and she brings in everybody. And I always say this. Last year, she made me $12,000 just referring me to clients that had nothing to do with the Chamber. So that woman she's a wonderful friend and a great resource. As much as she is a shark, she does it for, when you're in sales, you're filling pain points, and that's what she does. She brings people together, and that's what you guys do at the Chamber.
That is super cool. So if you're a small business in the area, you should definitely join. Or is it a membership? Is it just a club?
It's a membership-based community, and I would definitely recommend that. It's a great way to get your foot in the door, to get known. People do business with people they like, and so that's a great way to get to know everyone in your community and represent yourself as an authority in your space.
Oh, cool. And you touched on the economy. How is the economy doing?
Well, I cannot tell you, but we do have an event coming up called State of the Economy, where we'll have an economist speaking on the past year in the economy, updates from post-COVID. So it should be really interesting, and that is on March 7th.
Cool. Yep. And it's all targeted towards this county alone.
Brevard County, he might touch on Florida and nationally as well.
Okay. And Kim, you were talking about social media.
Yeah, and really quick to note on that, I attended last year, and the state of events are really my favorite. I learned a lot last year at the State of the Economy. I still think about a lot of the things he talked about, and I'm definitely going to be there. So
what are some of the points that you get from there?
So he had a lot of numbers that aren't in my head right now that he was able to explain to us. He also talked about, from a marketing standpoint, he would talk about when he wrote his thesis and how he learned how to put, how to market that, and how it gave him speaking opportunities, and it helped further his career.
Right.
Outside of just the stuff that he was teaching us about economy. You learn a lot, and I wish I could note some of the facts that I said I was thinking about all year, but it really was informative, and you do leave with a lot when you go to the state of events. They do state of the schools, state of the economy, so it's really nice when they can bring in an expert to give you insight into something that you're always wondering about.
And then you're always getting ideas from those points that he left, and that sort of drives whatever you're doing on social media.
And then I can talk to my clients, and I seem more informed. So that's something that the Chamber provides too, is just
like
knowledge about our
experts.
community. Like I learned about the port and stuff. Do you know like we're the biggest importer of salt on the East Coast, and it's not even for table salt, it's for road salt because they need it on the East Coast for when we have the snowstorm, so that's why it has to be imported here. Where I think nationally it's like Texas or somebody does all. Where's Morton? Where's Morton salt? I don't know.
Why wouldn't they do it up in New York where it actually snows?
Because they explain this, and I wish I could recall things better, but it's something about the trucks that are here that take them up 95, and so they can hit the whole East Coast because we're at the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do New York too, but I think it's a more direct route coming into Florida.
Sure.
Maybe I'm assuming I can't remember that part.
Because I'm not too well versed on our coast, but maybe there's no ports.
Yeah. And the largest importer of timber, that like just all kinds of fun facts that you never know. But then I'm a marketing agency, and I go, oh, well, if we're importing timber, then it gets your mind going.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure other businesses, I think a little different than most people, but
no, I mean that's great, right?
It's my ADHD, I think. But yeah, no, you learn. I think the chamber's invaluable if you take advantage of what it offers you. Like you can't just join and then all of a sudden you're going to get all these clients and all these connections.
No,
you actually have to show up and do the work.
How much is a membership?
It is $365 for the base level.
$1 a day.
That's what Cheryl says.
That's how Cheryl markets it.
That's how she got me. I was like, I could
do
afford that.
$1 a
Yeah,
day.
and we have several levels depending on your level of engagement or how you want to present yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like if you level up, does that give you an opportunity to be one of the experts?
Yeah, definitely. We have like our top investors, which is our chairman's club, and our trustees. And so they definitely have more of an influence because they're more involved with the chamber.
Okay. And are you guys seeing like a lot of women there? I mean, I'm sure it's mixed gender.
Yeah, can I speak on that a little bit? Because I'm loving it because they started this women's series last year, and we had our inaugural year with all the events, and now we're coming around for our second ones. And it's one of the things I'm proud of, and I feel like I've been a part of it. Jody's definitely been leading it, and so have you, Sasha. But I just love the girl boss power that the Cocoa Beach Chamber has, because before that you had to go to We Venture or a women's only group, and I feel very strongly and passionately that women need to be in men's dominated groups. Yeah. And the chamber is one of those spaces that you can do that.
Okay.
And I just think that that's super important for female business leaders to not just be in the female bubble and to thrive outside of it too, because until we can cross that, I just think that's super important.
Right.
And unofficially, but I believe the chamber's employees were mostly women for a very long time. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean,
they are actually, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. No critiques to the old men out there, but it's less intimidating when you're welcomed by one of your own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kim, can you tell us how important marketing is and what your strategies are behind what you do there?
Oh, strategy is my favorite word. That's the creative part about it, right? Because people come to me, and the biggest thing is they're saying, oh, I heard that it's this. This is the answer. You post at this time. You post this many times. You have to use this number of hashtags. And the truth is, all of that is bullshit. Like it's all bullshit. There's no rules. It's just like life. You're given tools and the strategy that you use. So here's the best example. People talk about the time of day to post.
Yep.
Yes, that is a tool in your toolbox, but it's not always this big elaborate equation. Like if you're targeting new moms, post at 2 a.m. because they're up feeding their babies. They're alone. You can be there for them. You can support them. In marketing, like that's everything, right? So that is a strategy. But if you're not every time you're targeting somebody does that time come into place. 6 a.m. is a great time because simply that's when everybody wakes up, and most people are checking your phone, checking into things. You're laying there. You can actually engage. 10 a.m. is good too because people just got done checking into work, but they're trying to sneak on their phone. They're not going to really engage.
Right.
At 2 o'clock, they're at lunch, they've finished their work, so now they have a little bit more time to engage. 8 p.m. is awesome. Kids just went to bed. So when you think about it like that, you're using time as a strategy, but there's no real answer.
So when people are like, oh, the algorithm changed on this platform, you got to adjust.
So when you follow patterns, you can kind of predict how it's going to change. And every time it's changing, it's just programming. They're making the program better, and they're just trying to release that programming. It's not, if you're always trying to trick the algorithm and go, oh, I found my way around the algorithm, you're not learning the algorithm, and then you're not going to grow. It's like if you're fighting the waves, you're never going to catch it to surf. So you have to be there and know how they're coming in and what the purpose of them changing it is, right? When you think about why did this change, it's to make it more user friendly for us usually.
Okay.
I mean, they're trying to put, Reels started on Instagram and then they had to implement it onto Facebook. There was a lot of glitches and it was really annoying at first, but it's because it was a new program that they were implementing on a, can you imagine adding something to Facebook?
No.
And having it hit so many accounts? So the algorithm is just programming. It's if and then. That's all algorithm means. If you do this, then this happens.
Interesting.
So if you can work with that, then you can give it the if.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you don't fight it and you can just learn it, your business will thrive.
So you think like being consistent and having your own pattern is more important than the new trend of algorithm?
Right. And being consistent doesn't mean every single day. It just means being consistent and coming back. So if you were there 2 times, if you go to the gym and you go every single day, yeah, you're going to get more results, but then you're going to have an off week, but you just go once or twice to keep yourself in that consistency, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with posting.
Yeah.
And some weeks you're going to have some big events where you have more relevant things to post, and other weeks you don't. You always want to bring valuable content, but
Yeah, totally.
and once you do that, once you take the vanity out of it and the viral post, because I have posts that have reached 500,000, but that didn't bring me one client. I have posts that have reached 100 with 2 comments and 2 saves, and it's brought me thousands of dollars. So what is your goal on social media? Like when you can step away from the vanity of being Insta famous, and you can take, especially when you're managing your business on social media,
Yeah.
then you can start accomplishing your goals and developing strategy.
Okay. So when you girls came in here, you poked her about goals. Can we talk about goals? What
Yeah,
should our
let's
goals
talk about
be?
goals.
Like, or how should we set them?
So people will come to me all the time. They're like, I need people coming through that door.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, well, I'm the wrong person to talk to because there's no metric on social media that measures that.
Right.
How in the world
won't
am I
know.
going to measure that?
Right.
What I can measure is website traffic. I can measure calls. I can measure messages. So if you tell me what your goal is, what are you trying to sell? Where does that sell happen? Does it happen on social media? Because there are Instagram shops, where you can click on the picture and shop.
Yeah.
That is the only time I can measure that conversion. If not, I'm sending them to your website, and now your website is selling them. What I did was direct traffic to your website so that there's people there shopping. Now, is your website set up to do that? I have meetings with my clients, and I'll say, okay, they landed on that page. Now what happened? Some clients I have access to those analytics, some I don't.
Yeah.
And then you look at the page they land on, and you say, does this need to be more user friendly? How do I guide them through the buying process on the website?
Okay.
So social media didn't actually sell it; it just got them there. But if they get to the space and it's like,
They don't know
if you
what
get to
do
the
there.
restaurant and it's really dirty and grimy, but the pictures on social media were pretty, it's not social media's fault, right? And I'm
Right.
not saying businesses are like that, but that's just a clear-cut example, right?
Right.
So the website cannot be a dirty, grimy place that's hard to shop with no buttons. It has to be optimized. And
Right. You've
SEO,
got to keep them moving
SEO.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Who are some of the leaders in our town as far as who you're seeing that are thriving, or who you're seeing come through the chamber that that are just leaders that we should all kind of be looking into? Does anybody come to mind?
We have a ton of great businesses in this community. A lot of people at the forefront of technology and innovation. I can't give one specific person. I don't want to be biased, but we have so many important people around here that really want to see this community grow.
Okay. So
and
it's an array.
Yeah, it's an array. All different industries, all different goals that they have for this area. So.
And everybody really supports each other, and I think that's what it is. It's when one of us has a goal, we all
Yeah.
shift
Yeah,
towards it.
I'm huge on collaboration. I don't think anyone can do anything by themselves, and it's kind of wasted effort if you try to, because there are so many great and talented people that you can collaborate with.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. And how often do you guys meet? Is it a monthly thing? Is it? I know you guys were talking about workshops too.
The chamber, let's see, they do a monthly luncheon, and then she leads the young professionals group in the Rise and Grind now, right? And so that meets once a month. There's different groups within it. Like the women's group is a quarterly event that I was talking about that
Okay.
they started. So, and the State of is quarterly. So there's different pillars of events, and they have different frequencies. There's also leads groups.
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we have about 15 monthly events and then several signature events, like
Wow.
one time a year, and then a few quarterly events.
Interesting.
There's always something happening.
Yeah, it
I
sounds like
see
it.
people like every week, and if I don't see them for a week, we're like, where were you? So
And how young do you have to be in the young? Business?
so we try not to discriminate, but we recommend under 40.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a
I
lot
was
of
thinking,
old,
like,
there's a lot of
teenagers.
old people there crashing.
Yeah, because we
So you can
definitely-
still come.
We need
Okay.
mentors as well. We need professionals who are
yeah.
experienced that want to teach the younger professionals.
That's super cool.
So yeah, it's just a space for growth, essentially.
Very nice. Yeah, I think some people just
there's
need that boost, right?
Yeah, there's people of all ages. That's why I was joking. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll still come when I turn 40 in 2 years.
Yeah.
We joke because our president Jimmy Lane just turned 41, and so I told him his membership's revoked.
That's hilarious. No, but you're right. We do need mentorships.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, I think sometimes it's intimidating for a young business to I guess mingle, and I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. I mean, I've been here back in Brevard for 2 years now, and I've got a couple of small businesses myself, but I haven't tapped into any resources. On the other hand, I have a friend, Lena, who taps into all
Lena
of them.
Graves.
No, Lena Lopez.
Oh, okay.
She does Barrier
Forgive me.
Island.
Oh, I know
interior
Lena Lopez
design.
too. Yes, I
Yeah.
love her. I see
She's
her at everything. She's at
wonderful.
everything.
She's wonderful. She's thriving. She's doing the social media right.
Love
She's
her.
going to the events, and
She's very sweet too and always supportive. Anytime
Yeah.
I see her, anything, I feel bad that that wasn't the first Lena that came out of my mouth.
well, no, I mean, yeah, no, but I think she's totally doing it right, and I admire her, and I'm happy that you guys are here because I had no idea. You know, I just see what she's doing, and I did go to the We Venture event with her, which was eye-opening. You know, who knew there was so many.
So were you at the cocktail table? She pulled me over and found me, and that's what I mean. And she pulled because I couldn't find my
Oh,
friends,
maybe.
and we were all three at that. Was that you?
yeah,
So
that's
we
what-
have met each other.
I thought so. I was like, you look so familiar.
Yeah, because I was like, I lost. I think it was the other.
But at that point, they had boosted us up so bad that I was like, and then Howie came on, and we were all like, yeah.
Oh, and yeah, we're gonna have more space this year. I hear because in the
Oh, we got a little tight.
yeah. Remember in the banquet room how tight it was? I was just thinking
Yeah.
about how wind up we were and how
We
they
were
shoved us
so
in there.
wind up. But
It
what
was
a way
so
to make
fun.
money, right?
It was so much fun. It was so successful. They hired two. The goal was to hire one coach. They hired two coaches for We Venture to help small businesses from that event.
Nice.
So let's do it again this year. 'Cause
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Are they planning that?
yeah, we already started marketing. I'm out there.
Okay.
We got. If you want to sponsor, call them up. We're going to be promoting you. It's my job to do that, and I know I'll do it right. So go ahead and sponsor We Venture.
Cool.
I mean, not Weave. It's Wine, Women, and Shoes
yes.
through We
Through
Venture.
We Venture.
So
Right.
what does it benefit?
It benefits We Venture. So Wine, Women, Shoes is a national event, and then you can the college through We Venture hosts it so that they can get the it's a nonprofit, so they can raise money for the coaches to help the college. So different people can host it.
Interesting.
In that detail, I don't want to like fudge up and say the wrong thing because I don't know exactly if you have to be a university to do it maybe or who does it, but I know We Venture is hosting it, and it's been a hugely successful event for them, and I think it's brought a lot of people. There's not very many business oriented events that can bring the community together, because not only was I seeing like my business friends at that event, but I was seeing like my housewife friends,
Yeah.
my school mom friends,
Right.
like
saw
the people,
everybody there.
everybody was at that event. So that's what I thought was super cool about it too.
What other events are like that? Because this is one of the one and only events that I caught wind of. Are there more like that out there?
Where all of the community comes together?
Or just like, if you're not a member, you're allowed to go to that.
There's lots. There's lots of galas. Like, so each of the chambers will have a gala. There's I'm going to the AF gala this weekend.
Like gala, you get to wear a gown and
Oh,
stuff.
it's like
Yeah.
prom again, girl. It's so we're gonna start going out. I'm gonna take you to all these
Okay,
things.
please.
Seriously. And and then there's okay, so what were the other events I was thinking of? We have the chambers, then there's the We Venture events. There's also Romelia Farms has an awesome gala. They're a farm and they do a casino night. It's I don't want to say this because I have so many friends in galas, but it might be one of my favorite. Just because like you get to gamble. And then Amy last year won the title. Like my best friend, she beat all the boys at the poker table, and all year she gets the belt.
Ooh.
She gets it all year, and then she gets to give it to the winner next year at the gala.
That's so
It's like
fun.
a wrestling belt.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's my friend.
How fun.
So, yeah.
So you guys make business fun.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
absolutely.
hearing.
Because business is hard. How can you get through it
Yeah.
without your friends?
I haven't been able to, you know, like, and so it's nice to know that there's a community here in our community doing this stuff because, yeah, business is daunting. And if you're a creative like me, that's where your brain's at and you don't have that left side. So you need support and you need resources to get.
And that's why Sasha's pranking me all the time.
Let's not talk about that on air. So
No, but it is. It's nice to have that friendship, especially when somebody can really know what you're going through. Because in this world, I feel like, you know, my husband doesn't want me to like lean on him for work so much, or you know, your kids. I shouldn't say doesn't want to because he's so
But you
supportive.
don't want to do it.
I don't want to take that home all the
Right.
time, you know.
Yes.
And then my friends are like, "Shut up, Kim! Like we're talking about like fun stuff, like you know what I mean?"
Yes.
And it's really nice to have a space to unload and people that can understand that.
I agree with that completely. Like it's not that you don't want your husband's opinion, but like it doesn't belong there, you know? You're trying to be your own woman, your own business. You don't want to bring that home. And same with your friends. Like that's like a completely separate thing, you know?
Until you come home and you're like, "Honey, I need your help. Why aren't you helping me?" So you
I
need to
got
turn it
things
on and
to
off when I
do.
need it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Where it's impossible,
difficult.
but it is really nice. It's like mini therapists. Like
Yeah.
just being able to vent and have somebody hear you. And thank you for doing that for me, Sasha.
anytime. I'm
Yeah. Or
happy to
giving you
help.
like ideas that you never thought of before.
Yeah, inspiring each other.
Absolutely.
And I think with like the newer generation, it's important that they're aligned with a cause rather than just trying to make money. And so the chamber offers opportunities to align yourself with specific causes that are important to your business.
Oh, that's very interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You have to be altruistic, right? You have to put
Yeah.
yourself out there. If you give, you get back. Very cool.
That's very true. There's a lot of opportunity because a lot of the nonprofits come in there for support, and then you just don't even realize they just need you to stand up, and you can be a part of a lot of organizations that way.
Yeah, get your name out there. You guys also mentioned technology and the digital age. How is that playing into our businesses here in Brevard?
Well, I mean, it's 100% what played into my business. I have a Bachelor of Science in retail marketing. And when I was a freshman in college is when Facebook was invented. My friends like, "Are you on the Facebook?" Because I think we called it the Facebook.
Yep.
And I was like, "The what?" Because I was like, "Oh, MySpace." I never could like. Ironically, it was too complicated. I couldn't do it. Now I can build websites and do all the things.
MySpace.
But I couldn't do it. And I was just, and I was that person that was like, who's on social media? Live your real life.
Well,
It's
that
so
wasn't even a
ironic how I live my life
term.
now.
And now, yeah,
It's really
you did a
crazy.
180.
Yeah. Well, and anyway, I have a different perspective. Like it's all business, right? It's
Yeah.
not like, I'm still not obsessed with it. But anyway, so technology, I graduated and I worked for Commuto Group for 10 years in marketing, product placement, merchandising, field coordinating. We did I was in department stores. So I was the liaison between buyers and account executives.
How fun.
So yeah, it was a really fun job and I learned a lot. So technology came and killed the department store. And so
it did, didn't
it really did. I remember when BB closed and all of the stores that we thought were like, do you remember that year? It was like everything one by one was just like closing, and department stores started re-strategizing, right? There's no wrong or right answer. It's what's happening and how do we get that pain point to our client. So they started putting restaurants in department stores. They started putting beauty salons in department stores because they realized the shopping was the afterthought. They had to have a resource to bring people to the department store, something they had to do, like get their hair done or go out to eat. And then you're walking through, oh, that's a cute dress. It's convenient. Because that's what Amazon was selling, convenience.
Oh, gosh.
So they had to become convenient.
Absolutely.
So technology. So then I started my own Etsy business on the side because just for my own outlet.
That's
It wasn't
what we
anything
do.
fun. I just was like, maybe somebody I don't know will buy my product and I can be, I always wanted to be a fashion designer when I grew up and wanted to accomplish that dream. So then I had to navigate this new technology of like a website and how to put it on Etsy and all these things and to learn it.
Yeah.
So as long as you can embrace, technology's coming and it's changing all the rules.
It really is.
It changes all the rules.
And you can turn a blind eye to it to your detriment, right?
Absolutely.
You
And
keep
that's what's happening
rolling
to a
with
lot of
it.
the older generation. They just turned their, and now they're drowning.
It's off, but it's like they're not selling newspapers. Like that's everything is now on your phone, and if you're not with it, you're not there.
So in my world, it's the technology changes that bring the clients to me because I'm filling that pain point of helping them navigate it and understand it. So to answer your question in this very long-winded way, technology, it influences my product every day, and to the point where Facebook and Instagram change every day.
Yeah.
My product when I started didn't include Reels, but guess what? My pricing hasn't changed, but now it has to include Reels. So
Interesting.
maybe I should change that pricing, but it's just that's the lesson I'm learning. But it is hard to navigate all those products when
what is your product? What do you
So
sell?
my core package, I sell, I manage Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, and we provide 5 hours of graphic design every month to a client. We try to be like a little a la carte marketing department. So that way and then sometimes I'll do website updates, depending if I can access it too, because I don't want my clients to have to spend thousands of dollars to update a photo.
Right.
When I can do that easily for them. Like, so if I can do it, I do it for them.
I love how you call it a product, even though it's very, not tangible.
I'm a product developer at heart, and I started this because my husband said through that other business I had developed this this product or whatever that was more valuable than sewing for 5 days to make $50, and it was
right.
I mean,
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it was. I learned that I'm an artist too. Like, those things I keep for myself now.
Yeah,
and I don't sell them. Like, I love content creation because I can sell it because I don't love it. I mean, I love it. I love it.
But
you
I don't want to keep it.
It's not my passion. Like when I'm sewing, that's my real passion. And like when you take it and you turn it into a product that's not yours anymore, you have to. I think I segued on the thought there, but the point is,
no, I get it.
My product. The reason I call it a product is because I product developed it. I started with a newsletter. Somebody needed a newsletter, and they heard I had a blog, and they're like, "Oh, I need a newsletter." So I developed the newsletter. And then they needed this and that. So I listened to what everybody needed. Like the 5 hours of graphic design, I added that in because it validated my service more, so that they were getting more value from me. But I couldn't market them online and then walk into their stores and see this word printed flyer for this big event that I made look so cool online. And no. Let me do that for you.
Yeah.
So it was a need. They needed that.
Oh, and then so you pivot and
so when you fill needs, you're selling, but you're filling needs. You're not like, that's what they taught us at Nordstrom.
Oh, I love that.
When somebody comes in for something, you need to make them leave with 2 products, not 1, and not because you're selling them more, but because you made them realize they needed something. Mm-hmm. They're getting ready to go on a cruise, and they came to you because they needed a pair of flip-flops. So you're having a conversation with them. Oh, what are you going to do on the formal night? What formal night?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, you don't have your dress and your shoes? You just saved her life.
Right. Yeah, you're not trying to upsell them. You're trying to fill a need.
That's what I'm trying to do via social media. Like, I don't want to make this product and say, here, you need this. You need ice. Your water's warm. No, you need to go, my water's warm. Where's the ice?
Right.
And then I have it.
And you're like, I got the ice for you.
And that's where the whole strategy comes in. I was a personal trainer for a long time, and if someone came to me saying I want to lose weight, I wouldn't just say, okay, go work out for an hour. You go through and you're like, well, what's your current lifestyle? What are you eating?
Yeah.
How can you eat better? What's your time allow for? And there's so many elements to how you can help someone else be successful that they don't know, and that's why they're coming to you. So going over that initial strategy review is so important to say, hey, you know what? I see that you're also kind of lacking in this area, which is going to affect your results in what you really want. So, it's all, you have to piece it together for them.
And everybody's different, right? Everybody has different needs. Are you guys seeing the older crowd at all try to get into this digital age, or are they just totally falling off?
If those are my best clients, are the ones that know they need to be there. They're not being vain about it. They just need it done. It's an opportunity cost, and I can do it better than they can.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's really my best client, and those are the people I'm here to help. Another reason I started my business is I had a family friend in Richmond, Virginia. She owns a dance studio for 40 years. Maybe I might have the years wrong, but a long time.
Yeah.
And she came to me one time on a family vacation where we met up with them, and she made me promise not to tell anybody, but she was very upset. And you know, like she was ready to retire, but she felt like these other dance studios were coming in and stealing all her business because they could do social media. But she is the experienced. I mean, she's the best, right?
But you
she's
can
the
be
most
the
experienced,
best.
and nobody knows it because if a tree falls, it doesn't make a sound. If nobody's
Yeah,
there.
because
Like,
you're not exactly
Yeah.
like you can be the best, but if you're not out there and you're not,
and I wanted to help the expert, the people that have been crushing business. They're so smart, they're so successful, and now they have to quit because they didn't embrace technology.
all right,
I'm here to save them.
Yeah,
I have those friends. They have amazing businesses, but they are like anti-technology, and you're not going to grow if you don't put yourself out there.
right.
That's just the age we're living in. Digital spaces are basically your portfolio,
Your
you know?
tool,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
where. How else are you going to see them? A newspaper? No.
Nobody's
This
opening
is
those
the
up
perfect
anymore.
time to segue into what the metaverse is, right?
Oh,
so
okay,
like
yeah.
Okay.
So even with my branding, what you're talking about, this digital space, I took it all the way to my branding. Like in my letters, there's palm, and I picked the tan like an office paint color on purpose, green like palm leaves. I also think it looks like money, so I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's because when we get to the metaverse is like, you know, when you're on a video chat with somebody,
Yeah.
and as soon as it's over, you feel like lonely, and you're like, I miss them
Yeah. There's like a
because you were
dull
just with
silence.
them.
Yeah.
You were in a digital space with them. You were there. So the metaverse is when we're going to be able to feel it, see it, touch it. That's what the Oculus is and the gloves. So in the future, your business, when you go into, you're going to go into their website. You're going to like walk into their digital space.
What do you mean you're gonna be able to touch it?
Okay, that's wild.
Holy
They already have
cow.
gloves. They already have gloves with the Oculus.
But then you're just touching air.
It's still touching your sensories.
Oh my God, that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already there. You've already been on a video chat, hung up, and felt like you missed the person. You were
Yeah.
in the metaverse. You just couldn't feel it yet.
That's crazy. Because
And then you put Oculus in, you're in a space. So in the future, you're going to go to people's websites. I feel like this is all my prediction
Then you're
now.
gonna go
walk
through the-
into their office. So my branding was
Oh.
already designed for it. So I'm ready. You're already going to recognize my office when you walk in it.
what do you mean you already like created the?
Like if you look at my branding, it's like palm leaves. It's tan. It looks like an
Okay.
office. I designed it like office
I gotta
plants,
check it
and
out.
that's why I picked it. I was
Kim
like,
is living in 2060.
I literally am in my own world over
We
here.
gotta catch up.
We bought an island. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Like in the metaverse, like I own a house in an island. We can't get to it right now because of
There's
whatever
no road.
crypto
To
stuff
the-
is
the
going
water
on. But
right
it's
now.
so cool when you embrace it and you see where it's going and you embrace technology. It's not scary. It's just
That's
different.
crazy. Because is it like The Sims? Is it like there's
yeah,
a little
basically,
village?
Basically, yeah.
A
So
digital
I'm gonna
village.
take you networking in the digital area. We're gonna go to networking in
I think I need to
Brevard
hang out
County.
with
No,
you
but
too.
what's funny is when I started my business, I lived in Boca Raton and we were getting ready to move here. So I didn't wait to get here. I started my social media accounts and I knew everybody here before I got here.
Crazy.
And it was so funny because everybody's like, do you know where this is? I'm like, I do online. Like, I know that online. I know that.
Oh
I was
my
in this digital
gosh.
space all by myself. I just don't think I realized it at the time.
Yeah. No, we all have to catch up.
If we ever don't hear from Kim, she's lost in her VR
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah. No, but it's so funny. I used to be that person, like I said, that was like, ew, who goes on social media more than once a week? Like, live your freaking life and post a picture. Get out of there.
Do you
Like,
think
and
that-
here I am, like,
No, yeah, here you are.
Swimming in a virtual
you might not get me
ocean.
on text. You might not get me on the phone, but you DM me or you.
So do you see it going that way with the VR glasses and how much time are
I
we all
think
gonna
all
be
the people
spending
that can
there?
see it, that are like those crypto people, and
Yeah.
we all see it. Like, we're all like, yes, tomorrow. But then, like, we look around and we're like, when is it? Will, but it's when the world embraces it, and when technology really can catch up, when technology can solve the pain
Yeah,
point
that's the-
problems.
yeah.
Like, how can you, like, we have crypto, right? Like, my son's rich with crypto right now, and you know all this stuff. But like, how do we spend it? Like, we got to have
Right.
people out there making NFTs so we can buy things. Like, you know, it will happen. It's just when.
So you think that the technology has to catch up the way that now we all carry a little computer in our hands? It has
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
easy. It has
I
to
always
be
say, like,
simple.
if you went back to our great grandparents who like founded America, just go back that far, and the way they were living their lives, and we're like, look at this dishwasher. Like, it would scare the shit out of them. Like,
Yeah.
like
Or the
women wouldn't know what to
Roomba.
do with themselves. Like,
Right.
oh my gosh, so you can't think about like the technology that's happening right in front of us. Like, your life's already over. You have to embrace it because your tombstone, the year's not there yet. This is still the era you live in.
Wow.
So it's like embrace the technology because it isn't scary. It's just different.
Yeah, it is.
So it's so
You have to
I can't stand people, especially with older generations, that are like, in my day, and da-da-da. I'm like, still your day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
still your time. Like, you're still here. My grandfather had so much influence on me, like, and those were his after years, apparently. Like, come on, get over it.
Right. Once you sort
So,
of
yeah.
put your foot on the ground and say, "No, this is the way it is," then you just kind of lost
Yeah.
sight of
Because you're still living
future,
in your
right?
era.
Get old. Yeah.
yeah.
Stop being
Yeah,
flexible.
don't check out. Just check into the
Change
digital.
is
Go get on the
constant.
metaverse.
Right. Oh my gosh, you guys have been so. I'm like, my head is spinning with like, wow. Is there anything else we should touch on that I did not ask? Because maybe like I don't know what to ask. Like,
I feel like I love this because it was the most ADHD conversation. Like, we were just talking
This
about
is
everything
great,
and
yeah.
nothing at the same time. So I hope it was.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I could. What else do we talk
there's
about?
just
Sasha?
like so much information.
Oh,
in my
I'm
head.
going to be speaking at the Cocoa Beach Chamber in April.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
She's
About
speaking-
hashtags.
Yes.
Let's plug.
Oh.
What else are we going to plug?
Rise and Grind, April 4th. It's a Thursday at Romelia Farms.
There's gonna be goats.
Come on out. There will be goats.
Ooh, I love goats.
We're even like working at promotions where me and Sasha are going to be like cowboys on a horse or something.
That's right. I'm going to be the
Oh,
horse.
Fun. Or like goat yoga. I'm gonna be the horse.
That's for a different
I
workshop.
will
They
go.
do goat yoga. And
go to see
in
that.
March, we have a networking for introverts, which could help.
I love how you guys are really getting down in the niche there. Because
I
like,
didn't even know that was happening.
hashtags-
I love it.
Yeah, it's a TED
Introvert.
Talk.
Am I allowed to come?
Yeah, it's a Rise event.
Will I scare them away? No, can I come to this
You're
event?
too extroverted for this.
No, like like that's like if you see how extroverted I am, that's how introverted my husband
yeah,
is.
bring
so
your
it's-
husband so
well,
it'll
yeah.
balance out.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I can get away with this.
For every extrovert,
It's led by
there's an
some
introvert
IT people,
behind
so
that.
it's perfect.
Oh yeah, that is perfect.
Roll IT.
Alliance
Oh, I
Cyber.
should not have guessed. Can you clip that out?
Can you? Alliance Cyber is the sponsor.
I really got to stop guessing on this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we all business men and women, we all have to start hanging out with these two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that I was able to talk to you guys because now I just,
We're networking.
yeah, I
We're
want to
going.
get up and go and
We're
learn
collabing.
more because I can't just stay on my little island by myself and think that my business is going to grow. So thank you, ladies, for being here, and thank you for all the information.
And
I'm
thank you
super
for what-
pumped now.
And thank you for what you do, because what you just said, I didn't mean to interrupt it, but with your other, with your other podcast, Local Celebrity, you're bringing that voice to so many people.
Yeah, I love that.
So you're not on your own island. You're in the digital space, and
Okay,
you're out
you
there.
are.
You're
You're
in the
out there.
metaverse.
I just need some little tips and guides.
and see, you're
um,
over here in this metaverse now, doing,
Yes,
this,
outside
so-
of my wheelhouse. Like again, like business is not my forte, but like I said before, when you're scared of something, you need to just jump into it.
You gotta
and
do it. Step out of your
just jump.
comfort
and you guys are
zone.
so friendly, and it makes it not intimidating. It makes it fun. So
Well, thank you.
thank you guys
Thanks
so much
for having us.
Yes,
Yeah, this was great.
absolutely. Ooh, this was fun.
Over and out, Barbara Walters.